So leases are even losing out. Tenants are losing out on leases because they're getting outbeat by somebody who can give 12 months up front.
You mean to tell me 6 times 12, that's 72. So $72,000. We're seeing people
are
slide that cash over, send that wire
because
for $72,000.
Already have it written out that, okay, I can give or what we want to use, off $72,000.
That's the budget.
Like, I can do that.
Hey guys. Welcome back to Selling Houston, the podcast. I am your broker, Courtney Oconlamo, and alongside to my right is Cherrish
Barrett.
There you go. Thank you. I need you to understand.
As long as you didn't say
the
Benny,
flow.
You know,
I don't. Why are you butchering your name like that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
either.
have the slightest when it's clearly 2 R's and 2 T's in my name.
So this is Cherrish Barrett. Tell the people who you are. I know they've seen you in previous episodes, but who are you?
I'm going to say again, I am the HBIC, and it's not the head baby in charge.
You're pretty little. I think we need to stick with the baby. So this is our boss baby. This is the boss baby of Collective Realty Co. She always likes to say that she's the first baby. Technically she is, but she's not my only baby. So you have to be clear on that, Cherrish. I know that's what you want to be.
I'm sorry.
But there are a lot of other babies here for me now, and I need you to embrace that.
I do, and I love them all. I love them all. But I am the first.
Oh my God. The first child.
Right.
I cannot.
The first child syndrome.
So let's talk about what we talked about last episode. You happened to be the co-host on the last episode too. And we talked about the luxury market and how being and keeping our clients' confidentiality is just so important to us. It's actually paramount to our entire process. And whether you're a public figure or not, we really do practice that with all of our clients. And we were able to get into some real examples about the types of things that we go through in that particular circle. But today, I think it's a really good segue because now we're talking about luxury leases. We'll talk about luxury sales later, but what we have found is a lot of our luxury clients are first looking to lease when they relocate to the Houston area. So I thought it would be nothing more greater to have Cherrish Barrett, who assists a lot of our luxury clients, but especially when it comes to the leasing realm. So we're going to dive into that. So you are definitely going to want to stay tuned. So first and foremost, luxury leasing, let's define it because there's this thing now, right? Where, oh my gosh, luxury comes at every price point. I'm struggling with that.
We both had to take a side.
Here's why I'm struggling with that. Yes, I'm going to provide the same level of service with any price point. Yes, the answer is yes, and yes to that. However, I am a certified luxury home marketing specialist. I have the designation to be able to claim that title. And in order to have that title, you have to have sold a certain amount of properties at a certain price point within a certain time period to even be able to be eligible for that particular designation. And there are certain qualifications that are involved with that. And it's not by selling a $200,000 home. So there's nothing wrong with a $200,000 home, but there are certainly levels to the types of things that are required at a $200,000 price point versus a $500,000 to upwards of $1 million price point. So for the purpose of this episode, I just want to make sure that everybody is aware that yes, luxury is defined by you as the consumer. However, there are certain definitions that come along with the term luxury when you're talking about real estate. So why don't you define when a client comes to you and they're looking to lease a luxury property, what type of price point do you define that as, or does Houston define it as when you are starting that process?
I would say a price point of about $3,000 or more.
Monthly.
Monthly.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you think about that? Do you see a lot of people qualifying for that?
I do.
Okay.
I do. However, that $3,000 price point, for me, it's like the location.
Okay.
So if you are looking in the city of Houston, $3,000 may get you a nice size of a home.
Yeah.
If you go outward to like Cypress or Katy, you pay $3,000 or more, you probably get a smaller square footage of a home.
So that's interesting. The closer into the city you go, you can get more?
You can possibly. But you may not get a fully loaded luxury listing or however, but if you come outward, you might get a new construction. It's just the square footage may be a little bit smaller.
So what's the highest price point in leases that you've assisted with? Would you say?
8,000 and 6,500. So from 6,000 to about 8,000.
Okay. And what do you find your clients being able to achieve at that price point, and what locations?
More like the gated communities in Houston. So we got the Energy Corridor. Not so much in like the River Oaks, but like Energy Corridor and outward. So like surrounding Cypress, Katy, Tomball.
Right.
Tomball offers a lot of homes. New
that are like
massive homes, like 5,000 square feet.
So those are for
6,000 square feet.
Those are for our clients that really want to be off the grid, if you will. So Texas is known for, acreage homes and like these mansions that sit kind of, independent of all the other properties.
May have a pool.
Yeah, definitely will have a pool, or you're definitely going to want a pool.
Some properties in that price point will not have
a pool. And people get really shocked by that.
They get really shocked, but I mean, we don't make the market.
Yeah, that's true. And we definitely ain't putting them pools in either.
Right.
That's a whole nother ball game.
Somebody offer in that price point, like I would put a pool there. I'm like, but you're not purchasing
willing to lease it, but they wanted to pay for the pool.
Yes, they would put a pool, and I was like, no.
That may have been negotiable.
I mean, it could have, but they're not trying to purchase it.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't want you to be mad in the end
that you put in all that money.
So yeah,
very interesting. Okay, so you definitely are working with a whole entirely different beast when it comes to leasing at $6,000 to $8,000 a month.
Yes.
What kind of stuff are landlords and listing agents looking for when you are looking to lease at that level? Like that's a lot.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Especially for somebody that's coming here that thinks that the cost of living is less, which it is. But everything comes at a price, and luxury comes at a price typically. So what do you see them asking for? Like what kind of occupations do these people have?
So they're not even worried about that. They're mostly focused on the paperwork.
Okay.
So they want you to come equipped.
Okay.
I would say equipped. Like you got to have your shit together.
Oh.
Coming to them.
Your what?
Because your shit.
Oh.
Because these properties, they're being listed for sale as well. It may be in the million price point.
We see a lot of that where they do it for both.
Yeah. 800,000. So they're really looking for that perfect tenant that has everything together. And what I mean by that, there are some landlords are asking for bank statements, tax returns, then they go to the extent like as they will for buyers asking what you do. You know, what do you do for a living?
Right.
And they'll search, like they really do their digging. They'll do their digging with you too before they even dig, and they'll trust it. Like a lot of the landlords the listing agents
you work
that
with
I
them
work
often,
with,
and you work with them often.
They tend to build the relationship through me,
right?
And that's how I get in the door with getting my client secured.
I think that that's a good point too, because what we realize as professionals, not only are we protecting you as the client, we are also selfishly protecting our reputations. So we are going to educate you as much as possible before, during, and even after the process so that you are well aware of how this works. But most importantly, you walk away with information, and then we walk away with, when you come back to call us being able to call these listing agents, because we all play in the same sandbox. We're able to now gain that agent's trust, take you back to that listing agent's listings. So it's really important for our clients to understand that when you choose us and when you decide to work with us, we are not only looking to do that for you, we have to do it for ourselves in order to stay afloat in the business.
And with you all actually telling us everything so that we can best negotiate on your behalf. We can fully execute.
Let's dial that back. Let's dial that back. So what you talking about, Cherrish? The lies?
Just being very open.
You gotta be transparent.
I tell all of my clients, whether leasing or buying, what you tell me, you must tell your lender too.
Mm-hmm. It stays between us.
It stays between us, but we have to go that extent. Because that's how we're going to be able to help you in this market.
And protect you.
If you don't tell us these things and it comes up and we're just like lost in the wind when we're having conversations, it makes us look bad as your representative.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And there is so much that goes on behind the scenes that we don't let our clients become privy to because we're protecting your peace, if you will. You just have no idea what we're dealing with on your behalf. So it's really important that you give us the information that we need. You allow us to be authentically us on your behalf to these other listing agents. But again, like you said, the facts are just so important.
Yes.
So important.
Yes.
So you deal with that a lot with your clients. They obviously trust you, which is great because building that trust, that's what I've realized with these confidential and private clients. Building the trust is more important than finding the house. It's more important than the negotiations. It's just the first thing that they're looking for. So you're educating them about what type of paperwork they need to have in order to actually lease these particular properties. You've already told us about where those particular properties typically lie. So now talk us through when you're dealing with these private clients, what are you doing to manage their expectations regarding budget? Because again, as we discussed, they like to penetrate our market and think that they're going to get a 5-bedroom, 5.5-bath home with a pool for $2,000 a month. What are you doing to remind them that this ain't that?
Well,
what are you doing?
I typically tend to get them to see broader past what they're looking at. So I always have them expand their budget as well as where they would actually go, how far they would go.
So they start at a certain number and then they quickly realize, let me just spend another $2,000 more.
So I pre-prep them beforehand, like you may have to open your budget a little bit more so that we can see more.
Right. And then you can still compare. We can possibly even still negotiate for you. But, when you are so stuck with that budget, a lot of times we remind relocators particularly that want to come here to lease, you may want to consider just buying. Right. If you're that particular about your budget as well as what your needs are, you may realize that it would be less expensive if you just go ahead and buy something. And most people that are purchasing real estate or even paying monthly in rent when it comes to these luxury properties, most times they realize that there is a lot more value in just purchasing. And then, of course, when you get done with the property or when you feel like you're ready to move on to your next project, you call us to either sell it or lease it for you. And then, of course, you've had however many months or years of equity built up in the purchase that you made. So you're not losing. You're really not losing anything. If anything, you're just going to be able to get in or get back what you got.
My focus is making sure that we meet your expectations, if not exceed.
Exceed. I love exceeding.
My goal is always exceeding my clients'
Really? Did you get that little quote from me?
Probably.
You probably did.
When I first started.
Your little baby boss.
I mean, I can't help it. I spent a lot of years with you before I even got licensed. So
you did.
And I strongly suggest any agent that's out there, whether if you're with us or not, get close to your broker. And if you cannot get close to your broker, you might want to sign a death row.
Oh, my God. Come on over to death row, baby. We capping at 25, though. So let's jump into that really quick because we are growing exponentially. We have a lot of very, very talented agents here. We are looking to foster an environment where we have 25 top producing agents that are collaborating with each other, realizing the value of camaraderie. But before we grow past that 25 agent mark, we want to see top production occurring. So that's where we're at. That's the plan. And we're like a little family here. And this is Boss Baby.
And I love it. I love that, we have that opportunity to stick close and actually be able to utilize you,
Yeah.
And that's a greater part of my success is spending that time with you beforehand, knowing about them, or like really being in the market before I got in the market.
Yeah.
So,
and it's actually a good segue too, because dealing with different types of people is just going to be the norm anyway in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
But what is it like dealing with luxury lease personalities?
They can be very indecisive.
I hate that.
Not voicing it. And I'm like a therapist in all of my transactions. I'm a therapist. And I'm constantly having to remind them, like, be open with me, be honest with me.
So they're indecisive and they're not even telling you?
Yes.
So how do you break through that barrier? What are you doing to get them to make a decision? I just
really get hard and I step out of my realtor mode and I come into my real mode.
Oh.
So, and I go at you like that. Yeah.
Like that?
Like, come on now. We have, like, what's really going on?
Okay.
What are we doing?
Then you have success with that. Like they are responding to
when you
it.
Get real, yeah. Because I want them to feel like I'm a human as well. Like I understand.
First.
Yes, I understand. So I get real, raw, uncut with my clients, and they love it.
Okay,
they love it. They love that I am that versatile.
Right,
you know?
right.
I'm not this robot.
Yeah, and I just like you, I just can't be anything else.
Yeah.
So you either gravitate to that or you don't typically. What I have heard in the business, though, and just, being mentored myself at a young age in real estate, is that is what people respect more. They may not like it, but they end up respecting it. And even if clients decide to kind of take another route and maybe use another professional, they always gonna hear Courtney in their head, what Courtney said. Yes. And, they may not want to tell me to my face, what they may have taken from it or applied from it, but usually they're taking information that agents like us pour into them, and then they're using it to make decisions that they could have made with us, but they just had a little too much pride to be able to say, you know what, she was right. And, she was the expert in that particular situation. So I like that you're exercising that, even with these top flight security, private people, that tend to be a lot to handle, honestly.
I make them feel comfortable, and I want them to be comfortable with me because I'm helping you get here.
Right.
Like, I'm here. And you're not.
So you know what? I like that. Why? Because they're looking at these pretty pictures.
If I'm trying with you, then I need you to try with me too. I need you to be fully
Let's talk about that, though.
Open.
Because I'm hearing you not. Can you look in the camera and tell them that? Who's here and who's not?
I'm here.
And you're not. So when you're relocating here, I'm going to need you guys to understand.
I got your best interest, baby.
And it's all love. It's all expertise. It's all knowledge. We are not strangers to learning new things and, adapting to the luxury market, because we're going to get into that too. Mm-hmm. But we do want you guys to understand just the level of trust that you need to have in us to take you guys to that finish line and to the next level.
Finding somebody that you can actually connect with that understands your mind, what you want it's your greatest weapon to use. Seriously.
Exactly. So luxury market right now, if we're only talking about leases, how long are properties staying on the market? Is it much longer than what we've seen? Is there less competition or more? I'll talk to you a little bit about what I'm seeing too.
Okay. So I will say that what I'm seeing is a little well over 30 days.
Okay.
They're sitting, depending on where it is, where it's situated. Luxury leases tend to sit longer anyway, just like a luxury, like a sale, a listing, when you're buying. Yep. That's just typical. It's always been like that, even before the pandemic,
How about competition?
It's a lot of that. So we have a lot of downsizing going on. So a lot of them have sold their properties and they're coming in offering cash up front for 12 months.
Okay.
So
We've
that's
seen
where we're
so
seeing
much
the
of
competition.
That.
So leases are even losing out. Tenants are losing out on leases because they're getting outbeat by somebody who can give 12 months up front.
You mean to tell me 6 times 12, that's 72. So $72,000. We're seeing people are slide that cash over, send that wire
because
for $72,000.
Already have it written out that, okay, I can give up, or what we want to use, off $72,000.
That's the budget.
Like, I can do that because they have more room.
to do other things.
Yeah.
So I think that is one of the big things that people are not really paying attention to. Who would pay 12 months of rent up front? So many people.
A lot of people that are not trying to buy again, or
but have the money to buy.
But they're like, no, we're just going to lease because they may be moving, or however. We don't know what that reason is. But it's happening. But it's happening. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, and you either have to get in with it or you don't, right?
And it's plenty of properties. There's choices. You just got to keep going, you know? And it sucks. It really sucks because we lost out. My recent lease, we lost out to somebody who actually gave 12 months up front. Yeah. And yes, that person is private, celebrity based, whatever you want to call it.
And probably had the ability to do it, but wasn't willing to do it.
Because of the simple fact that they've been to Houston but don't know if they're gonna want to stay that long, or if they're gonna like it. So they think ahead, like, I might not want to do that because I don't like it.
And there are ways to buy yourself out of your lease in certain circumstances. So, some people just may not be willing to commit, like you said. Yeah. So I agree. Yeah. So some of the things that I'm seeing in the luxury leasing market is, again, of course, longer days on market, and then also the competition factor of people paying, the rent up front. But what we're also noticing is that when you are looking at these properties and you see them for lease and for sale, you may not be so happy about that, because if you're going to go and lease it, you may have the property sold while you're leasing it, right? So then you've got people coming in, potentially showing the property. And then the flip side of that is, if you actually decide to purchase it, now you at least have an idea of what you could lease it for, because now you see it for lease, you see how long it's sitting on the market. So we have noticed with the luxury clients that we work with, they typically, again, have the opportunity to either buy or lease. And when you have options, it just opens up so many other doors. Right. So I really like that the versatility of our clients within the luxury leasing market also coincides with our versatility in being able to assist you all and navigate whether or not you want to purchase something or lease it. So I think that that's super helpful when you're starting the process and relocating here. Yeah. But I just have to go back.
Yeah, well,
I'm hearing you not. I can't get over that. That one is hitting home for me. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's hitting home for me. Has that happened to you recently, where somebody's like trying to tell you how Houston is and they're not here? Yes. Give us a little story. Yes. Give us just one story where that happened recently.
Well, they were really trying to just talk to me about the market that I'm in, and they're not here. They have never been here, but they've been hearing from so many other people about what's going on.
The worst.
And I'm just like, are you working with them or me? Do you trust them or me, who's actually here?
The worst.
I have
the worst.
So we gotta.
You just have to clean that up, and I think that you do it tastefully, you do it gently, but you do it. We have to, be the authoritative person in that role and just kind of set the record straight, honestly.
Like
and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Checking, but not checking. But it's just like, come on now.
So what do you think some of the benefits of luxury leasing are? I really can't think of any besides amenities and location.
Right.
I think you guys just like what y'all like, and you like to spend money.
Seriously.
Is that what they like?
Yeah. That's really just what
it is. And the look.
They want it to look. They want it, so what I've heard, they want it to look like content creating.
Pause. Because that is definitely it. And we're getting a lot of digital content creator clients.
Influencers.
Gotta have a white kitchen. Gotta have 15-foot ceilings.
Gotta have a lot of light.
Yeah.
And that's really just what it is. Content creation.
Okay. So they're doing it because of that. What other reasons are what are they benefiting from it besides the look?
Well,
location, I know we mentioned.
Because like the Energy Corridor, I'm showing a few houses in that area, whereas nearby you have ample amount of grocery stores, gas stations, retail,
just being able to get everything quick.
Being able to get everything right there. Like I'm talking about Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Sprouts, H-E-B, Kroger.
And you just be knowing all of them.
Yeah, like it's just a whole line, and they're all down this one strip. Target, Walmart, you know.
You know what? I always say that Cherrish has the key to the city. There is nothing that you can ask her that she does not know. And you're not even from here. You're a Chicago native. And you've been here how many years?
12.
Which is why I find you to be like that relocation concierge specialist. Can't nobody tell her nothing like that. And I can value and, you know, find a lot of, you know, just interest.
And my clients benefit from it too. Like when I start to name these areas and what the area offers, that easily pushes them like, oh, okay, I don't have to be that far.
Right.
And she knows all of this without me even, you know, I'm just being able to voice that. And they're just like, oh, okay, I want to work with you. Like I want to work with her.
I love that.
And,
I love that.
I mean, and I learned the city just by simply riding the bus when I first got here.
Let's talk about that because we're from Chicago, both of us actually.
Yeah.
And I rode the bus, the train, everything there. I have never been on a bus in Houston.
I rode the bus and the train in Chicago too.
Where did you ride it here? 22. Where were you riding it here?
So I was going back and forth to college.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about that. That's different.
I lived in the Energy Corridor area. So I would catch the bus from school all the way home.
How many buses?
My mom.
One?
No.
One bus?
I had to catch like 2 or 3 buses.
And that's the difference between back home versus here.
Just one bus or one train.
Oh my God.
It was very difficult.
Girl.
But me having to do that when I wanted to come to this side because I didn't have a car or my friends couldn't bring me, I literally caught the bus to come visit my mom so I could get some food when she was living here. And I just paid attention. I never slept because sometimes I would be on the bus late. Right. I would get up every morning and be on the bus around like 5 o'clock in the morning. Even when I worked for Corner Bakery. I caught the bus and I had to drive. I had a car. I had friends taking me. It was a lot. I just always paid attention to my surroundings.
Love it.
That's how I learned how to ride the freeway here. That's how I learned how to get to certain places without my GPS. Literally. I am not BSing you all.
Ouch. Look at you now, girl.
Yeah. I'm like a Houston GPS.
You are definitely a Houston GPS.
Everybody calls me for everything. And honestly,
you are definitely a Houston GPS.
This weekend and today about
everybody's been in town. Yeah, everybody comes in town every weekend here, though. It's exhausting. Will y'all please stay home? Jesus.
Just call Cherrish.
Cherrish.
I'm just like, oh, okay. Don't have time to think, you know. All right, let me lay it out. And I'm sending it to you in. Even my friends now that are here, that's been here,
they still asking questions.
They still ask me where to go.
I'm still asking where to go.
I love it though. It doesn't tire me out. I love it. And I mean, it's just something natural that I do.
Good. And I think that you naturally provide that value to your clients. It shows. They keep coming back. They're referring other people to you. So I'm proud of you for being able to conquer that because we're not Houston natives. I still, full disclosure, use my GPS everywhere that I go, unless I'm calling Cherrish.
I only use my GPS when I go to like the north side or the northwest side because I'm not there
my side.
all the time.
Girl,
on your side.
You know what? Let's move on. So I want to talk about something funny that I just posted the other day. My kids think I'm so crazy. All I do is binge on Housewives. I'm in the bed working or wherever working, laptop, but I have to like have that on faintly in the background. And recently I was binging on Real Housewives of Atlanta, of course, back in the days when Nene was there. So did you see what I posted the other?
And before you get into that, I just showed a house.
What a white refrigerator?
A white refrigerator, a white
stove.
Dreadful. And the price was...
Wait, white stove too? What was the price?
All the appliances.
What was the price? Tell me right now.
It was well over $3,000.
No, it was not.
I could not believe
You're a liar.
I am not lying.
Where was it?
I don't even remember. We both got turned off by that.
You're a liar right now.
She put the exclamation mark on the text message, and I was like, "You thinking what I'm thinking?" She was like, I refuse to pay.
Can I know where this was? Where was this?
I have to go back in my archive, child.
So everyone knows this scene. I'm going to set it up. Let me set up the scene, okay? Here comes Nene Leakes. okay? Walking in to visit our dear friend Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore Hair Care. Okay, if you need to know who Kenya Moore is, okay? Visiting our dear friend Kenya Moore at her staycation. What was it? Was it like extended stay? Too much extensions. So extended stay. And Nene is walking in. So first of all, she's walking in and, it was giving ghetto. She was like, the ghetto, so she's singing, walking in. It was just a little questionable, right? So she gets into Kenya's apartment, hotel room, whatever it was. Again, it was an extended stay. And she sees a white refrigerator. So Nene walks in. She's like, oh, girl, a white refrigerator. Oh, girl, put your shoes on. Let's go find you a home. Let's go find you a home, honey. As if a home cannot have a white refrigerator.
Exactly, because they do. You can change it out, but it comes, again,
girl,
when you want to go lower with some of these, the luxury, when they want to go lower in their budget, you got to understand that
it's going to come with a white refrigerator?
It may come with outdated appliances. And if you're not buying it, you can't change it out unless we negotiate on your behalf. Like we can
for you to do that.
Now
I don't know a landlord alive that wouldn't let somebody buy them a fridge for the property. Like you're not going to be able to just take the one that I put in there out and throw it away. But if you want to buy one for the property that will convey with the property, or buy one and maybe put the one that we had in there in the garage, maybe, right? But that whole white refrigerator thing is a thing.
Yeah.
And if you are,
Texas, full disclosure, it is.
And if you're looking to lease a luxury unit of any kind, you may want to make sure that your price point allows for a stainless steel refrigerator.
So do your research ahead of time. That's okay to do your own due diligence before you actually make the decision to move.
It actually helps.
Somewhere else.
It helps when they do that.
It does, because it's not just me telling you. You've actually seen this for yourself.
And one thing I like to say too, at any price point, we are not creating the inventory. So when we put in your budget and that long list of criteria that y'all send us, this is what pops up. So I'm going to send you what pops up and you're going to get to sift through it. It doesn't mean that you come back and say, well, did you look here? We put in your criteria. And then we sent it to you. And then if you see a white refrigerator in there, you need to maybe reshift your expectations or your focus or your budget. We can stretch
the criteria a little bit, reconstruct it. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
So restructure, that's that. Not reconstruction, but restructure your criteria.
So if you have a white refrigerator and you're out there, baby, let's find you a home, honey. Let's find you a home, honey. That was so funny.
I died laughing.
I sent it to you so that you can reuse it.
I was like, this is beyond funny.
She is crazy. She's crazy. I want to get home right now and go watch that.
I don't remember anything from the Housewives of Atlanta show, but I remember Nene. And I remember
Nene is a mess. Nene is classic. I heard that she's the highest paid housewife in history. I believe she's the one that started the entire, or at least launched the entire franchise in terms of the idea behind the Housewives. And now we're like tons of cities later. So,
and you know what's crazy? All of the Housewives, we've seen a lot of real estate business going on, like even in Potomac. A lot of them are buying houses or reflipping houses.
Well, that's normal. You want to know why? Because we are in an industry that is timeless. So you don't need to ever ask anybody how the real estate market is going, because it's going and it's going to go for hundreds of years to come, just like it has up until this point. So it's not uncommon to see an industry that is so normal, reenacting itself here. So guys, it's your favorite part of the podcast. It's certainly not mine. I do not like games. We know what I do like, but I do not like games. But I'm going to do what I'm told. I'm really good at following instructions. So,
you ready?
Here's the game. It's called Being for Real. And I'm going to be asked a series of questions where I have to be real. And if I am deemed to not be real or giving a politically correct answer or just blowing smoke up my guest's ass, then I am required to take a shot. And here is the shot. So the goal is that I only get called out at least once so that I can just have this one shot. But the punishment is that I've got to drink that. And it's not a punishment, just so everybody knows.
So, are you ready?
It's an invitation. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
I hate games. Girl, if you don't just ask the goddamn question.
This is funny. Oh, this is funny.
So Tara must have came up with these. Okay. Or was it Tristan? Or was it my mama? Oh, my God.
What is one thing your husband does to annoy you?
Everything.
Be fucking for real.
Look, everybody in the right now. So my husband annoys me. Oh, no, I can't say that. Shit. Now y'all gonna make me say
you
it.
gotta think of something else then. If you can't say it, you gotta think of something else.
Look,
for real.
Look, I gotta go home now. Now listen, girl. That's from me.
So you
listen, girl. I gotta go home.
You gotta be fucking for real.
Okay, I'm gonna be for real. Okay, one thing that my husband does that annoys me is wearing clothes all week long. So he'll wear one outfit, lay it on the bench at the bed. Then you think he may wear it again next day, but nah, he get another outfit, then put it on the bed like he gonna wear that again. That shit is annoying.
Because he's not wearing the outfit that he chose for that day.
It's also because you wore that, it's dirty. Just throw that shit in the dirty clothes. Like, why are you still trying to make it, make fetch happen? Like, it's not gonna happen. You ain't gonna wear that again.
Okay.
Just put it in dirty clothes. So that's one thing my husband does that annoys me.
Okay.
And I'm being for real.
Okay. Saves you a little something. Do your best impression of whoever just asked you this question.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. You don't want to do this, Cherrish. You don't want to do this.
I definitely do. I want to see this.
Okay. This is my best impression of Boss Baby. Okay, so what does this really mean? Girl. So yeah. No, that's not what I said. I meant this, but I said that. But I meant this, and I said this, and I typed that. Girl.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. I really wanted you to take a shot.
But that's real.
That is so real.
That's what I really meant. That's what I meant. That's what I said, though.
Oh, my God. I thought you was going to F that up.
But I
thought you was going to.
If you do an impression of me, though, I'm going to cry. So just don't even do me.
I'm not.
Don't do me.
I am not.
I'm on a roll.
I want you to take a shot. So let me look at this. Don't get too happy.
What's the next question?
So
don't put me on the spot. What?
When you go out, let's say one of two items has to be forever removed. Which one would you pick?
Oh, that's easy.
A sidecar or a hookah?
See, Sierra, you wrote this. And see, that's exactly why you don't work with family. Because they know the right buttons to push.
You gotta be for real. You want me to reread that?
No, I heard it.
Just go and take your shot.
Oh, so if I take the shot, then I gotta choose. Okay, let me take a shot. Everybody that knows me knows I'm not choosing between those two. Now, if you put bread in there,
you really wouldn't have. You really.
I will be in a club by myself with my sidecar and my hookah before I let you take one of those. Okay, seriously? You can even take the DJ out.
Really?
You can take the DJ out. You could put me there.
And that's one decision that you cannot make.
Next question.
Jeez, Louise.
Not happening. Welcome to Houston. Hookah Houston.
What are 3 things you would never spend your money on?
Is that a good, are these good ones to y'all? 3 things that I would never spend money on. Okay. Never have, never will. Shout out to my husband, though. It's all free for me.
Okay, that's one.
And it's good. Hey, daddy. Just saying, hey, hey, baby. So that's one. And not a lot of you men can say that. So that's one. What else?
Think hard.
You sure after saying that word?
Mm-hmm.
See, this is what happens. See, this is why.
You got 2 more things to name what you would never spend your money on.
I should probably ask Tara because she constantly asking me to approve expenses. And I have pet peeves. Is there anything, Tara, that you can recommend? What do I not want to spend money on?
Can I give
Yeah, give me one.
Certain books. And
you know what I mean. Know. You Now that was shady.
Yeah.
Should we go there? We ain't gonna go there.
Nah, we can leave it alone. We got our little insight.
But yeah, you're right. I would not spend certain monies on certain books. Now, what I would do is kind of go back in the archives of like maybe Dr. King or you know, other people that have written things.
More insightful?
Yeah.
Okay.
But all y'all new people out here writing these books and telling us what to do, I'm not spending my money on that. So you know me very well.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So the third thing would have to be, recruiting agents. I will never spend money on that. I think that's a good little connect here too.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't spending money on that. So those are my answers.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
Good. So guys,
I got one shot out you.
Oh, I thought you had another question.
You could have had 2. You're supposed to actually have 2 shots.
Listen. Yeah, no, I didn't. So we done with that game. Luxury leasing is certainly, one of those things that it's always been a thing, don't get me wrong, but with so many people relocating to Houston, it's certainly been something that we've been dealing with. Yes. Yeah. We've been dealing with it much more often. If you are looking to relocate to the Houston area and you're looking at a price point of say $3,000 to $6,000 a month or more.
Yes.
Is a good price point to align with those types of luxury leases that you guys are looking for. We definitely want you to choose none other than Collective Realty Co. If you are a new agent or established agent looking to learn more about luxury leasing or anything in terms of real estate, we invite you to continue watching. And if you are a client, as you know, there is only one stop, and that's at Collective Realty Co. And we look forward to servicing your needs as well. So until next time.
Period.
Pooh.